It started with that sinking feeling in my gut, the kind that hits you right in the airport when you realize something's wrong. Like, seriously wrong. We had just landed in Rome, our first big international trip as a family since forever. My wife had been dreaming of this for years. The food, the architecture, the cobblestone streets. We had everything planned out down to the last gelato stop. And then at baggage claim, we just stood there, waiting and waiting until the conveyor belt stopped. And our bags never came. Gone. All of them. For suitcases packed with clothes, medicine, diapers for our toddler, gifts for friends, my camera gear, everything. Just vanished. I remember looking at my wife, trying to keep it together for the kids. But I could see the panic rising in her eyes. Our toddler started crying, hungry, tired, probably feeding off our stress. It felt like the whole trip was unraveling before it even began. We went to the baggage counter, filed the report. They shrugged, told us maybe the bags were delayed. Maybe they were in Frankfurt. Maybe not. Who knew? That night, we sat in a tiny hotel room with nothing but the clothes on our backs. Jet-lagged, exhausted, completely thrown off. And I was so angry at myself, like, why didn't I prepare better? Why didn't I think this could happen? And then, this is the part that still gives me chills. I remembered something. A few weeks before our trip, a friend had casually mentioned this travel insurance thing they use. Auras.insure. I had never heard of it. But they said it was super easy, flexible, and actually helpful when things go sideways. So I got a policy, half out of curiosity, half because I'm paranoid. In the chaos of everything, I had totally forgotten about it. But that night, I logged into my Auras account, started a claim for lost baggage, and I swear it was the first moment I felt a sliver of hope. The process wasn't stressful. I didn't need to fax anything or call a million people. They just walked me through it, digitally, like it was built for actual humans who are actually traveling. The next morning, I got a message saying I'd been approved for a payout to cover essentials. We went out and bought clean clothes, toiletries, and a few toys to keep the kids sane. It didn't solve everything, like we still missed my camera gear and the sentimental stuff. But it made the difference between a ruined vacation and one we could recover from. By day 3, we were walking through Trastevere, holding hands, laughing again. We had pasta that made us forget our stress. Our daughter was squealing over pigeons in the piazza. And my wife? She leaned into me and said, I can't believe we pulled this off. Eventually, the airline found our luggage. It took 6 days. 6. But by then, we'd already shifted gears. Started living in the moment again. The trip wasn't what we expected. But maybe, in a weird way, it was better. Here's what I learned. Always expect something to go wrong when you travel. Not in a pessimistic way. Just, life happens. Flights get delayed. Luggage gets lost. Kids get fevers. And in those moments, you don't want to be scrambling for solutions. You want to already have one in your back pocket. For us, that was Auras. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't some big decision we made. Just a quiet little checkbox on our trip planning list. But honestly, it turned out to be the thing that saved our trip. So if you're planning a trip, especially with family, especially far from home, just check them out. Auras.insure. You can Google it, or I'll drop the link in the description. It's one of those things you hope you never need. But if you do, you'll be so glad you have it. Anyway, that's our story. We lost everything for a moment, but somehow found a better adventure in the mess. And hey, now we have a wild story to tell. Thanks for listening. And safe travels wherever you're headed.